This projector has a flower on the front. Not many flowers at Villa Eberling today. The slide projector has a drawing of a bird on it. Not quite like you, Darwin.
Thomas had several pet birds before constructing me.
A whole bunch of big glass slides.
The correct term is ambrotypes.
Thank you, Darwin. I appreciate you trying to help me develop a 19th century vocabulary. It's a slide projector with a drawing of a man's coat. It looks vintage. I guess it must be. It's from Thomas's time. This slide projector has the image of a book on it. There are plenty of books around. Does the book on this projector mean anything?
Darwin never saw this book. In real life.
Suspicious answer. You know something. Projector. It's got a slot for a slide. What kind of bird is that, Darwin?
It appears to be a finch, though finches are not blue.
Blue stripes. Makes sense. A bird could have blue stripes. Purple checked coat. I've seen that recently. The symbols match the ones on the ceiling. It's a hemisphere of polished metal. Doesn't seem to be any way to open it. It looks like a perfectly ordinary lead box. Minimal risk. This must be the lead box that Edgar's research note mentions. An oversized maser inside. Way too big for a risk atlas. It's got a slot like the one on the risk atlas. This chair is the one thing I'm sure I know how to use. got a slot like the one on the Risk Atlas. What's this? A movie? You must be Elsie. Look at that, Darwin. She was far more of a risk taker than I am. Oh no! The sinking of the SS Turunga Maru off the Strait of Malacca, 1918. Tramp steamer bound for Singapore. All hands lost.
Do you mean to disobey my orders?
No, sir. It's just that we're bearing directly into a squall, sir. And a hair raiser from the looks of it. Most of our crew is sick with something, and you don't look so well yourself.
Those lubbers will come through all right. Never you mind about that. As for me, I could pilot this ship with half my wits. We've got to cut through that storm to avoid the German warships patrolling the straits.
What warships? We've received no reports that I'm aware of. These evasive maneuvers are wasting fuel, and with so many sick, a direct course for Singapore may be our only chance.
15 ships lost this month.
All in the East China Sea, sir. None this far south.
Otto's out there, sure as I'm the captain of this vessel. South by southeast, Unger, and look sharp, or it's the brig, and no bones about it.
All right, sir. South by southwest it is.
Nothing useful about it. It's empty. This ship is going in circles, Darwin. Singapore is the nearest harbor, but we're headed in the opposite direction. It looks like something was torn away. The captain must have hidden it somewhere. The ship's fuel gauge, reading 1/4 of a tank.
The ship is turning. Who authorized this, Unger? Who are you?
I'm Anna Eberling.
Eberling? Are you a German spy?
No, I'm Swiss.
A Swiss spy? Did you sabotage the radio?
I just got here.
Not Thomas. That is... She most definitely.
No, I did not.
Enough of this. Unger, take the spy to the brig. And her claptrap bird, too.
Okay. I am going to take a moment to panic inside and freak out.
Understood.
Done. Let's escape. There's nothing inside I can use. Interesting. What's the risk up there? Ah, see there? The center section is rusted out. A network of solid pipes. This is perfect leverage. Got it! Darwin, fly back into the ship somewhere and pick the lock on this door. Let's hope the lock isn't British.
But the lightning is looking for Darwin.
Do the best you can. Wait for a break in the storm.
American lock. Very friendly.
Ha! Appears to be a boiler. Probably the hot water supply for the crew. Looks like a serious risk. Didn't expect that. The tanks are reasonably safe. Acceptable amount of risk. Nothing that I understand. Empty cabins, nothing of use. Open porthole. Open porthole. Nice one, Dad. I was expecting smuggled arms or 1,000 tons of dynamite. Not donkeys. Donkeys weren't the cargo I was expecting. Maybe they've all eaten dynamite.
German gunship, strangers, saboteurs, and now a spy on board!
Captain's coming. Hide behind that hay bale. Go.
Search the hold, sailor. We have a spy on the loose. Escaped from the brig.
She's right there, Captain. This spy. I couldn't leave my post, so I was keeping her here for you.
Ack!
Good work. Take Miss Mata Hari here back to the brig and lock it tight.
Well, that didn't go so well, did it?
At the risk of sounding blunt, no, it did not.
They welded it shut. It didn't weld it very well. Everyone's sick and distracted. Whoa, that small bottle is trouble.
Careful not, Thomas. It's probably a poison or a corrosive.
A corrosive, huh? There's a shelf behind those boxes. Let's see what we've got to work with.
Caution not, Thomas.
What? What's wrong? Won't fit. It's locked from the outside. Don't see what that'll do. Darwin, stay back. I don't want to spill any on you. Really hope we don't get hit by a wave. Okay, hold my breath. Wow, that was amazing. You'd make a great burglar, Darwin. Did Thomas teach you that?
Thomas taught Darwin everything, not Thomas. Is it wise to announce yourself to the captain?
You're right, Darwin. Let's play it safe. A little bit of home. It's empty. This man is in serious trouble.
Don't come too close, young lady. These men are all sick.
Everyone needs to be on the alert. This is germ warfare. The ship is infested. Spies.
The captain's coming. Hide under the stairs.
Doctor, I'm ordering all the ship's crew to keep their eyes open for spies.
Spies? But this is a cargo ship.
I warned you they were coming. I locked one in the brig, and she escaped once already.
She?
Disguised as a boy, wearing a red cloak. Looks like her hair was cut by wolves.
I've seen no one disguised as a boy.
And how do I know you're not a spy, too?
With all these men sick, I wouldn't have the time.
Well, stay vigilant. And get these sailors back on their feet. I need to man battle stations. Attack is imminent.
He is steering this ship into a storm. He thinks we're being pursued by German warships.
There haven't been any German warships in the South China Sea for 2 years.
This is worse than I thought.
If only I could relieve him of his duties.
Mutiny?
Oh, no. They hang men for that. I can't imagine what they'd do to a woman. But if I could prove scientifically that the captain is unfit for duty, he could be relieved of his command. Unfortunately, I need to attend to these men.
What do you need to prove him unfit, theoretically?
Theoretically, I need at least 2 things. 1, written evidence of a change in the captain's mental state. We must prove this is not his normal style of command. 2, a blood sample. I can study it and see if it proves the captain is too sick to exercise proper judgment.
You need evidence in writing and a blood sample to remove the captain?
That's right. I can't leave my patients.
What is it with this captain? Is he crazy or something?
It's likely he also has this influenza. The fever can cause delusions. He should relinquish command until he recovers, but he refuses to even discuss it.
Who brought it aboard?
I examined everyone before the voyage began, and they all had a clean bill of health.
Are there any medicines that can help?
There might be something to ease their symptoms on board, but all the medicines are locked away at the moment.
Why are the medicines locked up?
The captain requisitioned the storage room to use as a brig for anyone who dares to speak against him. The medicines are there.
If I get you your medicines, will you help me relieve the captain of his duties?
To the extent of the law.
Aren't women doctors unusual in 1980 these days?
Women weren't even permitted to practice medicine in Japan until 1912. Now we have our own school in Tokyo.
How did you get to be the ship's doctor? As a woman, I mean.
When the captain wired my hospital requesting a medical officer, he simply assumed female physicians didn't exist. When he found out he was wrong, it was too late to get a replacement.
Aren't you wondering who I am?
I don't have time to wonder. You seem to be the least of our troubles.
What's your lifeboat situation?
The captain cut them all loose this morning. He claimed German spies were hiding in them.
You should make preparations to abandon ship. The ship is headed into a storm and we're almost out of fuel.
That's distressing news. But until I hear the order, I've got to help the sick.
A stack of gauze masks. I need one in case I get close to someone sick. It's really meant for a human. Nothing hidden there. Most of the crew is here. It's really meant for a human. It's really meant for a human. It's empty. Nothing hidden there. I wish I knew how to help these guys.
Watching us. They know our next move.
Nothing useful about it.
Full speed, Unger!
The radio room's been trashed.
Got a Swiss accent. A Swiss...
There's a new course plotted every hour.
Throw everyone in the brig if need be. Mutiny, punished by death.
Locked. If I want to get in, I know a guy who will be happy to send me. Everyone's busy in the engine room. Interesting. That single donkey over there isn't a risk, but this large group of donkeys is. Does that mean donkeys are dangerous in gangs? Seawater could pour right into these portholes, especially with that storm coming. Any sailor worth his salt would know to close those. Big cute ears. Big bad stench. Hope you're not prone to seasickness.
Now then, how about a game of checkers?
No thanks, I've got, a ship to save. Don't think I'll be taking this one home to meet Mother.
Hey, you a stowaway? 'Cause Captain don't like...
The captain doesn't seem to like much of anything.
Captain's sick. Everyone's sick on this ship, except me. Sent me down here with these stinking beasts as punishment. But now I'm the one who's got the better of it.
Good evening, or possibly good morning. Hey, I got you a mask for the smell.
Ain't you a sweetheart? I won't smell those dirty asses no more.
Now do me a favor, close those portals.
Only 'cause you asked so pretty.
Hey,
I won't.
Now,
Only...
what did you do to get sent below deck?
I was the third assistant engineer. I fell asleep on watch.
You should think of a better story to impress the ladies.
Well, get back to me when you're a full-grown lady. And I've had a few.
Okay, then. How long have you been sailing?
4 years on the Exeter out of Shanghai. All peaches compared to this infernal tramp. Signed on to this particular doomsday voyage not more than 2 weeks ago.
Where are you from?
I don't talk about my old life except with my friends. And my friends play checkers.
I can't play a game of checkers with this ship about to sink.
Suit yourself.
Does the captain come down here often?
Hardly ever. He used to play checkers with me. Then he started talking to the donkeys. Now he's took to drinking and steering us to our graves.
Maybe someone else should assume command.
Crew'd be with him if someone's got belly enough to try. But with Captain Mad as a March hare and locking people up left and right.
What's wrong with the captain? It's more than just a fever, isn't it?
But with all that hooch in his gullet, used to be a Navy officer. A regular spit and shine type.
You mean alcohol?
Alcohol. That's a pretty word for it.
Why do you report me to the captain?
Don't take it personal. Captain catches you stowed away, you get the brig. He catches me lying, I get the lash. You didn't get the brig?
Me? I'm just a kid. Why are all the donkeys huddled on one side?
They were getting wet on the other side.
But it's not any drier on this side.
You might want to tell them that. Maybe they'll listen to reason.
What do you usually use to coax donkeys?
Donkeys can't resist the sweet stuff. But I ran out of all my treats. And I ain't leaving the hold with all them sick topsiders.
How about dispersing those donkeys more evenly? They're making the whole ship lean over.
Storm's got 'em all spooked. They ain't gonna budge, not without some coaxing.
Have you seen anyone strange on board? Besides me?
Nobody down here but me and these beasts. Can't say about topside.
Water is coming in the portals.
So?
One big wave and it'll drown you and the donkeys and sink the ship.
Let's talk about it over a game of checkers.
I can close the portals if you show me how.
If you close them, I die from the smell. Either way, I lose.
So the only thing keeping you from closing the portals is the smell?
I ain't gonna go down in this ship with that stench on my dying breath.
Maybe I can think of something. Where's the ship supposed to be going?
Weren't more than 100 nautical miles from the port of Singapore when Captain went and conned the ship into the thick for no reason. Set a course straight down to Zester's throat. Doomed us all. Sure sin.
Hey, I got you a mask for the smell.
Ain't you a sweetheart? I won't smell those dirty asses no more.
Now do me a favor, close those portals.
Only 'cause you asked so pretty.
Interesting. That single donkey over there isn't a risk, but this large group of donkeys is. Does that mean donkeys are dangerous in gangs?